Alright, people, so already it's just Saturday, the day after Five Nights at Freddy's has come out, and this article is coming from Digital Spy, and it is saying that Five Nights at Freddy's new record, huge box office opening, and this is exciting. And I'm about to read this article for the first time, so I don't know all the details yet either. And we're going to get into that after the intro. Yeah, so don't forget, you know what you gotta do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So, this article is coming from Digital Spy. It's about an hour old or so. This is the day after the release of Five Nights at Freddy's, and it sets new record with huge box office opening. Let's get into it. And as I'm talking about it on screen, so I don't actually know what the numbers are just yet. We're about to get into that in like 5 seconds. Here we go. Five Nights at Freddy's has set multiple impressive box office records despite initially gaining a negative response from critics. Yes, on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it has a pretty low percentage right now. The new film is smashing industry expectations and is on course to make horror movie history with its opening weekend earnings. This is actually kind of nuts. Like, I'm legitimately surprised but happy as balls that this is doing that well. I'm actually very, very surprised. The new film is smashing industry expectations and is on course to make horror movie history with its opening weekend earnings. It's currently on course for a $78 million opening, which will get the biggest horror opening of all time behind the two It movies. So the top two It movies are the two of all time. Damn, I didn't know they were that big of a deal. Five Nights at Freddy's already grossed $39.5 million on Friday, including $10.3 million from Thursday previews. The thrilling new film has had the biggest horror opening of 2023 to date, beating Scream VI, just kidding, which made 4.4 million when it hit cinemas back in March. Plus, it's also set to break the record for the best showing ever for Halloween weekend, despite it debuting simultaneously on streaming service. Oh, it isn't? I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that they were also releasing it on Peacock. Peacock is quickly getting like pretty dope with like it so seems to have like a lot of seems to me like Peacock is like definitely all in on the video game adaptation space, which is great because they already have the Twisted Metal show, which was way better than I was expecting, and now here we have the Five Nights at Freddy's film, which it sounds like it's already doing way better than probably everyone was expecting, and they're gonna have that. So it looks like Peacock is gonna like become some kind of like not exclusively video game adaptation stuff, but so even right, like I just said right here. Plus, it's also set to break the record for the best showing ever for Halloween weekend, despite it debuting simultaneously on streaming service Peacock. Five Nights at Freddy's is based on Scott Cawthon's iconic game series of the same name. The new film is also making waves in the world of video game. It's achieved the second best opening of all time for a video game adaptation, behind April's The Super Mario Bros. Movie, with 146.3 million. That's nuts. That's the two. It's like the two biggest openings of the week of the entire year of both video game adaptation films. And like, if you think about it, review wise, Mario's probably like got a way better score than Five Nights at Freddy's, at least so far. And it still opened up huge. So it's like people just want to go see the video game adaptation kind of idea, or they see something attached to a game they love, like Five Nights at Freddy's, and they automatically want to go do it. And it makes a shitload of money because all these people love this game. The formula is being set. Everyone's going to start doing this, and I can't wait to see where it keeps going. And I don't even care about the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise myself, but I'm just so happy just to see how well these movies are opening, and it's definitely on the strength of the IP itself. I'd say like 90% of the people that went to see this film were fans of the game. I know personally that my own nephew loves this game, and he went to it opening night. I was actually wanting to go see it. I was going to see if he wanted to go. I knew it came out this weekend, and I wanted to see if he wanted to go Sunday. I actually just messaged his mom, and she's like, no, he wants to see it opening night Friday. He was like, nah, he's not waiting until Sunday. He has to see it opening night. So see, people like him are why it has such a huge opening. They just love the game series, and that's a thing that's going to keep happening. They're going to release a movie based on a series that 100 million people in the world love, and it'll have like 100 million opening weekend. It's going to blow up, and this is great. Back to the article. It's achieved the second best opening of all time for a video game adaptation behind April's The Super Mario Bros. Movie. If projections hold, the domestic number could even surpass 80 million, which would mark the biggest domestic opening ever for Blumhouse. Blumhouse being the production company that does exclusively like horror movies that are generally. The company record is currently held by 2018's Halloween, which started with 76.2 million. Alright, so I just wanted to go over to boxofficemojo.com to see if I could find the most up-to-date amounts for its domestic, but it's not matching what I'm seeing online right now. It's just saying it's 39 million domestic and worldwide. So I guess that means that it's only released in US so far. They're basing this on. Yes, right now, even if you just go into Google, where I usually try to get the most up-to-date news, you'll see, like, just from the few hours today, that it's saying that it's gonna head for a monstrous 78 million plus opening. Alright, for a possibly more up-to-date look at what is happening with the global box office over here on Deadline in a breaking news section. This is from a few hours ago. It says Five Nights at Freddy's bearing down on 130 million global international box office. The phenomenal that is Universal's Blumhouse Five Nights at Freddy's is currently looking at a global opening of 130 million. Fazbear and crew are playing in 64 million international and 52 million domestic. That's crazy. The worldwide number reps the biggest horror opening of the year and the biggest global debut ever for Blumhouse. That's what they said in the other article. And amid the day and date peacock bow overseas, the play is purely theatrical and has set some records. Well, there you have it, people. I think that kind of proves that once and for all, the quote-unquote curse is gone, and Super Mario Brothers wasn't just, as you can see, a movie can blow up or have a really great opening weekend, and I'm betting that there's a high percentage of people that went to this because they know the game series. So just those people alone is enough to have a great box office. I'd say like 25% of the people that went were going with someone who like loved it or something and had no idea really what it was. So regardless of how this movie does critically, it had a huge box office. And this just goes to show that any video game series that has a huge enough following can have a huge opening weekend. IP alone, and that's gonna be huge. That's what's gonna change the theatrical releases and TV shows that are gonna be based around game series. They're gonna be way better quality, and they're gonna have a huge budget and gonna have an amazing opening weekend. And I can't wait to watch it. And I don't really care, and like about the game itself. I mean, like I've never actually played a Five Nights at Freddy's game ever in my life, but my nephew loves it, and he went to see it opening night, and he's one of the people that him and like 130 million other people in the world went to see it opening weekend. So that's the power of a video game IP, and that's where MCU is gonna like fall back a little bit because I get nothing against the MCU. I've enjoyed stuff, but it is starting to get pretty long in the tooth, and I know for a fact that just based on where it looks like it's already going, that video game adaptations are the next huge money draw for box office films and series on multiple different streaming services. Like Peacock has Twisted Metal, and Netflix has Witcher and a bunch of anime stuff. HBO has The Last of Us. Amazon Prime is coming out with Fallout, which I can't wait to see. That's coming out April 2024. I'm really excited for that one. Well, the future video game adaptations is really looking bright, and it's about to blow up. I mean, it's not even about to anymore. I keep saying it's about to. I mean, come on, it's here. The second biggest film of the year, potentially. I'm not sure if that's true yet. I still think Super Mario is 100% the biggest film of the year. I want to know what you guys think about this. This is exciting news, and this just makes, regardless of what the game is, I'm just so happy to see video games, which I've loved my entire life, getting the acknowledgement they deserve. Please please subscribe. But more than anything, I would love to hear your comments about what you think about this and the movie. Did you see it or not? I actually haven't seen it yet. Like I said, I was planning on seeing it with my... Actually, no, I'm not planning. I was hoping to see it with my nephew Sunday, but because he loves the game series so much, he wanted to see it immediately on opening night Friday. That's how much he wanted to go see it. And people like him are the exact demographic that these games are looking for. Lots of new games that have huge followings, like 100 million following, like Fortnite. Like if Fortnite released a movie, it would be humongous just because it's Fortnite. Like for real, it would probably just have like the biggest opening weekend ever just because Fortnite. Another series I don't play at all, but I know that it's humongous in the free-to-play space. So if that released a movie, it would be huge. But that's it for me. It's time to kind of get down off my little soapbox I wasn't meeting. Please let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to keep gaming.